Good morning, Acacia family. Welcome to day number 45 of Corona Days. Looks like it's going to be a wet weather worship Wednesday. So your photo challenge for today, send me pictures of you singing in the rain. All right, singing in the rain. This will be our 21st remote learning day. And guess what? This weekend, I did it. I finished The Count of Monte Cristo, all 1,276 pages of it. It was a really epic story of a virtuous young man who was unfairly set up by some very envious acquaintances. He was put in the harshest prison for 14 years, where he suffered greatly, and yet it also became his sanctuary and actually his college, his school. Like we talked about in chapel, he fell on the rock and was broken to pieces. But then you could see the hand of God transforming his suffering into a gift and making him into a new vessel. He spent much of his time then learning and dreaming, planning and living. And through some very crazy circumstances, not only did he escape from prison, but he inherited an enormous treasure of wisdom and wealth and became the Count of Monte Cristo. I won't spoil the whole story for you, but I would like to share the last page with you today. So Edmond Dantes, who was the young man who grew to become the Count of Monte Cristo, he wrote a letter to his best friend / son at the very end. He stated, "With all the humility of a Christian, I came to realize that in God's hands alone resides supreme power and infinite wisdom. In God's hands alone resides supreme power and infinite wisdom. Only someone who has suffered the deepest misfortune is capable of experiencing the heights of felicity. So do live and be happy, children to my dear heart, and never forget that until the day when God deigns to unveil the future to mankind, all human wisdom is contained in these two words: wait and hope. Wait and hope." That is like a perfect fit with our school theme of In God We Trust. You should probably know that Dante's definition of wait was not sit still and stare into space. It was an active build up and work while you wait. And so that's what we should try to do today, all right? We should try to get our work done and to prepare ourselves for whatever adventures lie ahead. Of course, if you have any questions about your work, please contact your teachers. We want to help you very much, and we want to make sure that today is your masterpiece. Announcements, as I mentioned, the yearbook is finished. It's being published. We will begin online sales on May 1st. So starting Friday, you'll have a link to we're actually going to use our lunch menu service to capture the sales of the yearbook. So look for that on Friday. Of course, re-enrollment forms still due May 4th. Moving on to chapter 11 of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And that brings us to the verse of the day. We're still in Luke chapter 6, verse 46. "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not do what I say? As for everyone who comes to me and hears my words and puts them into practice, I will show you what they are like. They are like a man building a house who dug down deep and laid the foundation on rock. When a flood came, the torrent struck that house, but could not shake it, because it was well built. But the one who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. The moment the torrent struck that house, it collapsed, and its destruction was complete." Now, we did have a storm last night. Would you have rather been in a tent or a house during that storm? Why? Pretty sure most of us would pick a house because it has a foundation, number one, and it is stronger. In fact, it was designed to withstand the storms and the torrents, right? And we encourage folks to go to a basement when there's even a threat of a tornado. So what is a basement? A basement is a strong foundation, and that is the strength of a solid foundation. So Jesus does know about trees and construction, but he's the ultimate expert in people because he was there when they were created. He does not want us to be shallow and just say things that sound good. He wants us to be good from the inside out. He wants us not only to hear his words, but to put those words, those ideas into practice. And that's how we build on the cornerstone foundation of Jesus. That will give us peace as we wait and hope, because we can trust in God, even during the storms. All right, how about some Weather Edition's jokes of the day? What is a tornado's favorite game? What is a tornado's favorite game? Twister. What falls but never hits the ground? What falls but never hits the ground? The temperature. Last one, why did the woman go outside with her purse open? Why did the woman go outside with her purse open? Because she expected some change in the weather. Hey, may our unchanging God give you great peace as you work, wait, and hope today. Y'all are loved and appreciated. In God we trust, and I'll see you later.